After a slow start to the season, TSS Rovers are finding their groove. Undefeated in their past 2 games, Chelsea Hannison and her squad will look to continue their winning ways today and try to catch Altitude in the standings. Altitude, coming off a Wednesday's 3-0 loss to Natsamod FC, will look to score some away points in the first leg of this Derby day. It's the Rovers and Altitude at Swangard Stadium, our League 1 BC featured match. Hello from Swangard Stadium in Burnaby. I'm your match commentator, Katie Hamilton. It's Derby Day. The first leg of the Ironworkers Derby kicks off today with only 3 points separating TSS Rovers and Altitude in the standings. Before we get to the lineups, let's hear from the coach.
Of the TSS Rovers, Chelsea Hannison. And Chelsea, you had a tough start to the season, just 1 point from your first 4 games, but have followed that with back-to-back wins. What has led to this potentially turning of the corner?
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting start to the season. You know, logistics play into effect when you have an earlier start and a new addition as far as how many teams are part of League 1 on the women's side this season. But then also, I would have to say that just the buy-in and the camaraderie that started to build over the last couple of weeks, it takes time. We all know that when building a team, it takes time to build that camaraderie, but over the first week and a half, 2 weeks of this season, they really kicked it up, and you could see it translating as the results turn around.
Of the TSS Rovers, Chelsea Hannison. And Chelsea, you had a tough start to the season, just 1 point from your first 4 games, but have followed that with back-to-back wins. What has led to this potentially turning of the corner?
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting start to the season. You know, logistics play into effect when you have an earlier start and a new addition as far as how many teams are part of League 1 on the women's side this season. But then also, I would have to say that just the buy-in and the camaraderie that started to build over the last couple of weeks, it takes time. We all know that when building a team, it takes time to build that camaraderie, but over the first week and a half, 2 weeks of this season, they really kicked it up, and you could see it translating as the results turn around.
And you've had a very home-heavy schedule so far. Do you like that to begin a season, or do you have ideally wanted it to be more balanced, as it means after today, you have a lot of road games in the back half of the season?
Honestly, Swangard is a dream. Like, it is such a cool place to play football at, and to be able to do that, not only for the young kids that come out and watch the Rovers women, but for the young athletes that are out there to experience what it's like to play at Swangard on this great grass field in this great city. It's a dream. I absolutely love it, and I wouldn't change it for a bit. Obviously, there's a bit of a unpredictability when you start to go on the road, but I think, you know, the schedule is small enough, and you start to get to know the fields from the previous seasons where you can prepare a little bit better.
Thank you so much. Good luck today.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with head coach of Altitude FC, Fally Bass. And coach, this is your 3rd game this week, and there were a number of players who started both last Sunday and on Wednesday. Are we going to see some more rotation today, and is match fitness a concern at all?
Yes, of course. Like, when you have like game every 2-3 days, it's good to have some rotation to bring some fresh leg on the field. So yeah, so the game that we manage on midweek on Wednesday for today. So yeah, we have to manage some of injuries, you know, like a little pain, little stuff coming in, but so all good. Yeah, we'll be ready.
And your team has been one of the lower scoring ones in the league this season. Do you think it's simply a matter of finishing the chances that you get, or do you need to improve on creating more of those chances in the final third?
Yeah, I think it's more of finishing. Like I was saying, like you know, we've been disciplined. We've been playing, you know, the way that we're supposed to, and the tactical part was great. I just think like it's just a matter of finishing, right? So we need to finish the chances that we created for sure.
Thank you. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us here at Swangard Stadium in Burnaby. It's an awesome matchup today against the Altitude FC from North Vancouver and today's home team, the TSS Rovers. Game has already gotten way. A little bit of pressure here by Rovers to start the match. Cross coming into the box. Quick little shot. Out for a goal kick. Referees for today's game, we have Sydney Barrage, head referee, with Angela Perlin, Sebastian Portavin, and Jonathan Hutchison as well. Here's Scott tracing back. Back to Zhu. Aitchison. Rodriguez breaking that one up. Here's Hughes Goyette with the ball. Rodriguez, captain. Out wide, and here comes Altitude deep in Rovers' end. TSS Rovers are finding their groove. They're undefeated in the past 2 games. With coach Chelsea Hannison and her squad will look to continue today to score some more points. Altitude is coming off a Wednesday's 3-0 loss to Notsamot. They're looking to score some points in this first leg of what some call the Ironworkers Derby. The teams will match up again next weekend in Altitude's home game. Corner kick here for Altitude. Avery Tulloch taking the kick. Low one into the middle. Altitude first on it, back to Tulloch. Tulloch with the cross into the box. Running on, a quick shot blocked away, cleared by Aitchison. And Rover is able to pick it up. TSS Rovers in their all-black kit today, starting from right to left on your screen. Altitude FC wearing their light baby blues, going from left to right. Both teams sit very close together in 4th and 5th spot in the standings. TSS Rovers sitting 2 wins, 1 tie, and 3 losses at 7 points, where Altitude is at 10 points with a 3, 1, and 3. Here comes the Rovers, blasting through the middle, a little shot there. Easy for keeper to pick up. But I like the attempts. Get those shots in early. It's a hot one here in Burnaby. Around 23 degrees it says, but a little bit hotter down on the pitch. Head coaches for today's matches, we have Chelsea Hannison of the TSS Rovers and Fally Bass of Altitude FC. Talking with Coach Hannison, she says TSS are a young team that has come together in the past few weeks. 18 out of the 27 players came through the TSS youth program. Fantastic to see here in League 1 BC having those opportunities for youth players to work their way up to this kind of field here today. And here comes Altitude down the left-hand side. Laid out wide in for a Rovers throw. Rovers working it around nicely, trying to get it out of their back end. Cleared out. Good pressure in by Altitude to earn themselves a throw. Picked up by Altitude. And 22, Taylor Neckick winning the free kick there in her end. It'll be a battle in the middle for this matchup today. We have both captains. Number 6 for Altitude, Eva Rodriguez. She's been a very strong, dynamic player in the midfield for Altitude. Eva brings experience to the team. She's currently rostered for her 2nd year with the FIFA World Cup qualifying Panama Women's International Team. And going up against her, number 10, Kathleen Aitchison, captain for the Rovers. Kathleen also is a player that came through the TSS program and continues her impact at the University of Montana. Coach says she's a leader both on and off the pitch, so I think that battle today in the midfield will be a great one to watch. Same goes for the goalkeepers. Our last selected performance of the week for our featured match, Camelia Zhu, keeper for Rovers, was selected as performance of the week, having amazing save against the Whitecaps. I'm sure she'll have a big impact here today again. Same with Sarah Lowen when we watched her last. Fantastic saves in there. So a battle of the midfield, battle of the keepers. We have a good match here today. Kavanaugh. Scott lays it back to her keeper. Good ball. Here comes the Rovers with a bit of room. Ball crossed out wide. Laid off to Kavanaugh on the left. Defended nicely by Altitude. Rover is able to pick that one back up. Here's Aitchison. Very strong on the ball. Back to Scott. Dozel. Big throw in by Altitude. Early in this match, a little bit of ping pong with the ball going back and forth, but we've seen so far in these opening few minutes some good passing overall. Both teams having some opportunities deep in each other's ends. Good touch through, cleared away by Altitude's number 5, Holly Tarves.
Are you guys actually plugged into the Wi-Fi at the stadium for the event? Okay, I did it.
Maddie Ma laying it back out of trouble. Here's Dozel to Neckick.
I want to make sure that they're not going to do that early in the stream.
Sarah Lowen taking her time, decides to pick it up. Here's Aitchison with some room. Feeding it through, a little tip on. Here's Maddie Ma trying to break through, well defended. Rovers still with it. Rodriguez comes and picks it up for Altitude. Lots of pressure on her. Rovers backtracking, able to pick it back up. And here comes the Rovers. Blasting through across to the back post. Cleared away. Rovers able to pick that one up. Bouncing around, good battle overall. Referees calling it. Foul against Altitude. Nikki Burke has won her team a free kick just outside the box. We'll see if she decides to take one on net or lays it through for a player to run onto. Far back post and soars over top of the net.
Somehow the football flew against
There is the keeper for Altitude, Sarah Lowen. Lowen spent a good portion of her goalkeeper development years at Mountain United FC and also played a season with the Whitecaps youth. She's now finished her third year with Simon Fraser University and was nominated 2 times for Team of the Week since the beginning of the season. Aitchison picks that one up in the middle. Rodriguez jumps onto it. Sliding tackle by Aitchison to keep it. Here comes Kavanaugh down the line. Comes through with it. Bounces. A physical match so far. Here's McKay. Tries to clear it away, but Maddie Ma puts the pressure on deep in Altitude's end. Ball looks like it will stick. Oh, an Altitude. Playing it out to touch for a Rovers throw. Great pressure by Rovers with Ma and Kavanaugh doing awesome, keeping it deep in the Altitude's end. Devin Canova, University of North Dakota player. Cross in, cleared away by Altitude. Nekic plays it out wide for Burke. Burke cutting through the middle, has some space. Going for a run, a little shot. Not quite the amount of power she wanted on that one, but it was a fantastic run by her. Tipped off of Kavanaugh's feet for an Altitude throw. Dolzel. Over to Nekic. Plays to the middle. Picked up by Altitude. Out wide for Hughes Goyette. Breaking into the box. A little shot. Save by Camelia Jou. Out to touch for a Rovers throw. Altitude picking it up. Cross coming into the box. Oh, Rodriguez couldn't get ahead on it. Cleared away by TSS Rovers going for a run. Great bit of pace here. And the Rovers are on for a counter. Little blop there. Kavanaugh heads it down. And Rovers back to safety with Scott picking it up. Net kick to Dozel. Ball over the top to Kavanaugh. Looks like it just bounced out of the way for her. Now let's take a look at this altitude opportunity they had. Cleared away, out of trouble. A little bit of collision there. Referee's calling it for a free kick. Hard in was Dozel. Or net kick, apologies. Scott. Up to Friesen. Holly Tarv steps into that one. It bounces through, and here comes Rovers. Ball played out wide to Burke. And here come the Rovers. Moving the ball around nicely. Cross coming into the box. Stepped in, cleared away by Tarves. Referee's going to call that one on the ground. Good bit of pace to start this first half here. Both teams trading opportunities. Rovers doing very well at the counterattack. We can see they have speed both on the wings. We saw that when they played the Whitecaps. They got down a few goals a couple weeks ago in the Whitecaps match, but they came back, ended up winning that massive game. The thing about the Rovers is, in that match, they never gave up. They always kept going, and you could really see their heart and hustle throughout the match, and I think we're going to see that again here today. And here come Altitude, pick that one up. Ball played through. Camelia Zhu, easy for her to pick that one up. Scott, back to Zhu. Nakic. Over the top to Friesen. Maddie Ma in the middle. Back to Nakic. Rovers doing quite well at moving the ball around nicely. Nice crisp passes. Out to touch for an Altitude throw. Here come Rovers again, able to pick that one up, bursting through the middle, tries to lead it through, denied by Altitude. We've seen that a few times, a little bit of a struggle getting it through the tough back line of Altitude. Referee's calling that one back. Didn't like the tackle. Lowen taking the kick. Altitude with possession, played over the top. Rodriguez. To Tarves, back to Lowen. Lowen cleared out of trouble, intercepted by Burke. And here comes Altitude. Rodriguez picks it up in the middle. Threw in, well defended by Rovers. Clearing that one out of trouble. Aitchison picks it up. You can see the confidence with the backline in the midfield with the Rovers. Very calm, cool, and collected. Midfielders are confident playing it back to their center backs. Camelia Jouinet. Out to Verk. Referee's calling it for a Rovers throw. Oh, they're calling it on the ground. Free kick for Rovers. Plays it back to Scott. Amanda Scott with the ball, SFU player. To Kavanaugh. Defended nicely by McKay. A little flick on for Friesen to run into. Didn't get exactly what she wanted, but it was a good attempt by Isabella Pacani. And here comes Altitude playing out wide. Hughes Goyette running on, played well, defended well by Rovers. Dolzel. Dolzel is an impact player at the University of Illinois and earned the CHAMP award last season at her school. And in 2020, she was part of the U20 squad for Canada. Cross coming into the box. Tried to head on to it, unable to reach it. Defended, a good sliding tackle. Altitude picks it up, shot saved by Camelia Zhu and cleared out of trouble. Running onto it is Verk to try to save it from a corner kick, and she does. Clearing it away. Good opportunity by Altitude there. Fantastic save from Camelia Zhu. Altitude coming back for more. Ball through to the middle. Back out wide. Inside the box they go. Cleared away by Rovers. Here comes Verk. Ball played through to Friesen. One-on-one battle. Rodriguez able to pick that one up. Plays it to Rovers. Rovers are coming in. Looking for that cross. It's Maddie Ma with some trickery. She crosses it in to Kavanaugh, just over top of the head of Kavanaugh. And here comes Altitude with some speed. Ali Hughes Goyette. We have two Hughes Goyettes, Ali and Aurora. Sisters. The Hughes Goyette sisters grew up in Squamish, BC. Aurora number 11 and Ali number 9. Taking a look at this last opportunity here. Sliding tackle to keep it in by Hughes Goyette. Saved by Camelia Zhu. Fantastic. She's made some killer saves this whole season. Really keeps her team in the game. Fantastic work there by Camelia Zhu. I'm sure we will see more stellar saves later on this game. Great opportunity by Altitude. It's been back and forth. Rovers started off with a little bit more pressure. Altitude coming back and showing that they want to score some points. They want to get up in the standings. Oh, unlucky bounce for Altitude, and here comes Kavanagh. Good back check by Altitude's McKay. Good battle. Here comes Kavanagh, picks it up. Out wide for Friesen. Into the middle. Out wide for Kavanagh. Kavanagh crosses. Not too many Rovers players in there yet. I think she sliced a little bit more than she was anticipating, but a good opportunity there for TSS Rovers. They really have some speed. Kavanagh, that matchup, Kavanagh against Altitude's McKay, will be a good one to watch. Oh, and a close one here. Lowen able to sneak through to clear it out of trouble. A little trickery there by Kavanagh, and here come the Rovers. Bacani picks it up. Holly Tarves breaking that one through. Referee calling it a back. Free kick for Altitude FC. Avery Tulloch on the top of this one. Avery was awarded the Women's Player of the Year and appeared 5 times in the 2022 League One BC's Team of the Week. We'll see what she does with this one. Cross in, beautiful ball, and Camelia Zhu picks that one up with a jumping Rodriguez looking for the header. Long drop kick by Zhu. Well, that was a close one. Good hustle by Friesen to put pressure on Lowen. Fantastic atmosphere here at Swangard Stadium, home of the TSS Rovers. You can hear it through the audio. We have some drums, a fantastic supporter section. They have their flags, their music, their drums. It's a great atmosphere here on a beautiful day in Burnaby. Here come Altitude. Tapped in by Aitchison. And we have a foot race. Hughes Goyette and Scott picks it up. Good battle play goes on. Scott clearing it out of trouble. Great defending. Rodriguez to Tarves. Lauren Gray, number 4, lays it back to her keeper, back to Gray. Intercepted by Burke, and here come the Rovers with a good opportunity. Driving towards the box. Looking for the cross, defended well. Cross coming in, cleared away by Altitude. Hughes Goyette picks it up, lays it back. Good job by McKay to keep that one in. Trying to do a long ball over the top there. I think it's going to be hard on these defense with Altitude or with Rovers playing 3 in the back with their 3 center backs. It's a strong defensive line Rovers have in Scott, Dolzel, and Nekic. Very confident, strong in the air as well, playing it over top. Most of the time they're going to win those, but Hughes Goyette is very tall up there. We saw it in a previous match. She did well, and we have a player down here. Slowly back up to her feet. We also have a substitution coming in. Substitution coming in for the TSS Rovers. Number 15, Devin Kavanagh, coming out for a sub. Number 12, Maya Rogers, coming in replace of Kavanagh. Kavanagh has had a fantastic start to this match in the first 34 minutes. Very fast on the wing. I'd like to see that more if we get to see more of her later on in this match. Blow passing down the wing, sending her out wide. There's lots of space for her to run onto. She's definitely a key player in this matchup here for the Rovers. The League One BC featured match on TELUS Optic TV is presented by the Hall Group of Companies. Together, we support League One BC, its players, coaches, referees, and communities. And it is quite a hot one out here today in Burnaby. The sun is shining, clear skies. It is a grass pitch that they're playing on, so don't have to worry about the turf, but it is quite a bit hotter down there on the field than it is in the stands. Beautiful day for the game. Altitude player is back up and seems to be able to stay on. That's number 15, Avery Tulloch. Tulloch takes most of their set plays, free kicks. She played her youth soccer with Coquitlam Metro Fords BCSPL for team for 5 years before moving to UFB Cascades, where she received Rookie of the Year. As she received some trainer's help there. Tulloch will have to remain off the pitch till the referee waves her back in. Here comes Tulloch re-entering now. McKay and Scott, a good battle deep in the corner. Hughes Goyette going for the cross, blocked away by Rovers, and we have an Altitude corner kick. Tulloch will be back to take this one. Cross coming in, a low strong one, bounced off, and Camelia Zhu grasping that one, making sure it doesn't go to the back of the net. Those kind of corner kicks are hard to defend against. They're strong, they're zipped in there, kind of in a low range, easy to volley, pop in the back of the net, but Camelia Zhu stood her ground, clearing that one away from trouble. Gray back to Lowen. Lowen over the top. Scott getting ahead on it. Altitude going to let that one out to touch. Tulloch with the corner kick. A nice strong one in. Bouncing off. And Chameleon Zhu picking that one up. Not too much trouble. It went kind of straight to her, but still a fantastic save, keeping the scoreline where it is. Friesen picking it up. To Pakani. Great ball over the top for Verk, and she has some space to run onto it. Can she keep it in? And she does. Uses her speed. Cross coming in. Friesen's there. A header. And just over the bar. Delana Friesen. Fantastic chance here from Rovers. Nikki Verk using her speed on that right wing. Keeping the ball in. Fantastic cross back into the middle. Great football here by the Rovers.
Or Keisha, do you want me to grab more crowd shots?
Altitude. Hughes Goyette laying it through to her sister and blocked away by Taylor Nekic for a altitude corner. The Hughes Goyette sisters working their magic. We have Ali at the top striker. Aurora as midfield, laying it through to her sister. And here again for a corner kick. Let's see what she does for this one. Low drive, bounce through, and just over the top of the bar by Hughes Goyette. Great chance there for Altitude. We've seen a lot of different chances exchanged here so far in this match. Quite even going on. A bit more speed from TSS Rovers, but Altitude coming back and getting their opportunities. McKay blocks that one off. Gray back to Lowen. Lowen down the side, cleared out of trouble. Rovers able to pick that up. Here comes Maddie Ma. Oh, it does a little slip. Loses the ball. Unfortunate. They had some room to go. And here comes Altitude the other way. Quick counter. Good touch by Tulloch. Well defended by Nekic. Ball still in play. Cross coming into Hughes Goyette. Top of the box. Many Rovers there. Ma clears it out. Altitude able to pick it back up. Here's Rodriguez. Strong in there. She keeps going. Loses it. Cleared out by Rovers. Good little push there by Altitude. Cleared away by Rovers, but a little touch off Hughes Goyette, and it's a goal kick for Zhu. Over the top of Rodriguez. Gray able to jump on that one. Looking for Ali. Cleared away by Rovers defense. Friesen for a cross ball. Bounces through. Altitude clearing it away. Rogers. Big battle there in the middle. Referee didn't like what she sees. She's giving it to Rodriguez, a free kick. It's been a very physical match so far, especially in that midfield. Rodriguez, captain, Eva Rodriguez for Altitude. She's very strong in that midfield. It's hard to knock her over, and when you do, you know she's coming back, trying to win that ball back off you. She was Defensive Player of the Year for the Rivers for FC last season, and she also won the Women's Provincial Cup this year with Surrey United. Long ball over the top, bouncing out. Goal kick for Camelia Zhu. Nekic bringing the ball up. Ma laying it off to Burke. Ball through, here comes Friesen. Ball into the middle, here's Ma! Both down! Oh! Great ball from Friesen into the middle for Ma to run onto, but Sarah Lowen gobbles that one up. Both players going down on the play, but great opportunity there. Here's Delana Friesen picking it up. She is very speedy, uses her pace. Might be a little bit tired on this one because she's just ran the whole field. Replay of this opportunity. Friesen crossing it into Ma. And a good chance there by Tanis McKay for Altitude, able to get her foot in, unable for Ma to be able to get it into the back of the net, but a great opportunity there. Ma with a good cross in, cleared away by Altitude, picked up by Nekic. Scott tries to go out wide, unable to keep it in as Rogers. And we have Hughes Goyette with the throw, passing it on to McKay. Good bit of speed here to finish up the final few minutes of the first half. Rogers out to touch for Altitude throw. Hughes Goyette into the middle. Good battle there between the two. Rovers able to clear it up and out. Holly Tars and Rodriguez. Maddie Ma coming in. Bounces back to McKay, back to Tars. Lowen out wide, was looking for Billy Shawstack, but a little out of reach. We have a Rovers throw. Last final minutes here in this first half. Pretty even so far, exchanging chances on net. Great saves by both keepers. Here's Friesen picking it up, laying it back for a shot, and Sarah Lowen able to snag that one. Good chance, why not take it? We see the ball bounces a bit here if there's a little rough patch on the pitch. It's overall a very nice grass field here, but there are a few little divots. So why not take a chance? See if you can get a rebound. And there we have it. That is halftime here at Swangard Stadium. 0-0 is the score after the first 45 minutes. Both teams playing very well. I think we're going to see it open up a little bit more in the second half here, take a little bit more chances. But a fantastic first start to this featured match here at Swangard Stadium. It'll be interesting to see what the teams have in store for their substitutions coming in. I thought both teams played very well. Kavanaugh, who came out for a sub, she played great in the first half, very fast down there, moving the ball. Coming up soon, we will have Camelia Zhu for our halftime interview, so stay tuned for that one. And let's send it down to Jake McGrail, who's with Camelia Zhu.
I'm here with Camelia Zhu, the goalkeeper for TSS Rovers. We're at halftime. It's 0-0, but you were called into action a few times. Were you feeling comfortable making those saves, or was it a bit nervy at times?
I think, I'm there to do my job when, the defense breaks down, and thankfully they've been doing a great job, and, I'm just there to do my job when I'm needed. So I think it's been good. I think there are opportunities that we need to finish so that it feels a little less nervy. But other than that, I think we need to keep pushing forward and, keep going.
So this is your third start in a row. The last two games, both wins. What do you think the team as a whole has to do to try and make it 3 in a row?
I think, obviously a credit to Altitude for being a really strong physical team that's been putting up a fight, and so we need to just keep matching that and keep giving more and keep giving that 1% that Chelsea always talks about. So, just keep putting in that drive and keep wanting the ball, and, just need to finish in the final third, and that's about it,
Thank you. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Jake. That's Camelia Zhu, goalkeeper for the TSS Rovers, and we will be back shortly after this break, so stay tuned for the second half.
One BC was built to provide opportunity for everyone involved with the game in our province. The Hall Group proudly supports its own workforce while offering training and opportunity for new recruits to its multiple divisions. A partnership that provides people with the tools they need, both on the field of play and in the field. Hall, together we rise as one.
Or like, am I doing enough? Am I gonna achieve anything? Like, I didn't see anybody like me. So it was obviously really tough. It's just like, am I there for nothing? Am I doing this all for nothing? Like, there's nobody, I had nobody to like look up to.
And me, after I finished a game, I just look into the stands and sometimes I'd have family, sometimes I wouldn't, and then it'd be like kind of like a little, you sit in the change room, you give yourself like a little self vibe.
Programs haven't been accessible, nor have they been created that are culturally safe for Indigenous children and youth. So we wanted to close that gap.
Not-So-Mot FC is owned by Hope and Health and aims to get young Indigenous athletes into a higher level of sport.
Hope and Health is a sport for social impact organization that works specifically with Indigenous children and youth and their communities. We really have been working on creating the pathway from those young, talented athletes that aspire to go pro or play to an elite level as high as they can go. It's about creating a program that's accessible within Indigenous communities.
Sometimes all you just need is that one, or even that one person that believes in you. And I'm hoping this platform of Not-So-Mot, and even me just being here, will show other Indigenous youth and other players that you can do it. You just dedication, hard work, and lots of just faith, and just reaching out to, like, putting yourself out there, and not being afraid of like the racial barriers or like people doubting you that you can't do it.
It created an identity for us. With varsity, it was about UBC athletes preparing for the fall season for Canada West, and when Not-So-Mot came in, there was a bigger picture, a bigger focus, and we were living it. We're living it every day with our identity, with trying to increase the Indigenous pathway and open up a big door for players to come through.
You know, it's not just the players too. Like, I've got an assistant coach. There's some game ops stuff, so it does go beyond the players.
Oh, what a finish! All right.
For Not-So-Mot FC players, it's important for them to give back and mentor the next generation.
I think it's a win-win for everyone, for our UBC athletes to get into communities that may not even be thinking about university, and they get to see student athletes firsthand. I think that's a positive, to show that there's a pathway not only for sport but into post-secondary as well.
When they think of soccer, they don't think of us, and obviously that's very hard, because growing up, that was my FIFA. Going to tournaments, watching it, it was my FIFA. Like, that was my World Cups. Watching them play, it was like other players I couldn't see in TV.
As an Indigenous youth, like, we're representing our community, not just ourselves. Like, it takes a village to raise a child. Like, for me as an example, I had uncles, aunties, coaches, a plethora of people that like help support me, and it really shows like growth and development. And you're just there to represent your people to the best of your abilities and just make whoever proud and yourself proud, more importantly, and then just walk in a good way.
Not-So-Mot FC is in their first season of competition with 11 Indigenous athletes across the men's and women's teams, as well as several Indigenous coaches and members of the backroom staff.
Like, that's it. This is a big moment just to like prove Indigenous players have capabilities and opportunities to show talent, because there's a lot that fall through the cracks that just don't get that opportunity.
I already know what this is gonna bring, and I'm so excited. Like, I can't even express the emotions.
League One BC is a critical new level of play that supports soccer's infrastructure in the province. The Hall Group was built on infrastructure projects in British Columbia. This premier partnership between two built-in BC groups promotes the highest standards for people and their growth. while building communities in our province, both on the field and in the field. Hull, together we rise as one.
Okay, everybody, let's have a great show. Jesse's gonna throw, look out, Karen Masson, got it.
Pass it there to Jesse King, who scores again!
At West Shore Motorsports Park.
Crossing the box for Parmar, and she's done it.
You know, Canada's always had participation on the women's side, participation on the men's side, but at some point you have to turn that into a pathway.
The amount of times I get emails or phone calls from young soccer players asking, how do I make it? How do I do this? There's so many different pathways that players can take. 90% of those pathways are to leave our country, and that's what we have to change.
Canada soccer is a very interesting setup. When you think of top soccer countries, you're not usually thinking of Canada.
Everybody looked at it and said, we need a league.
Welcome back here for the second half of this matchup at Swangard Stadium in Burnaby. It's your League 1 BC's featured match. First half was great. We had some entertaining opportunities from both teams, exchanging chances on net. Big save by both keepers, Sarah Lowen and Camelia Zhu. Get ready for the second half here. It's 0-0, anyone's game. Ready for some action. Both teams are looking for the big 3 points today in this first leg of the Iron Workers Derby. They'll play again next week, hosted by Altitude. But for right now, it's game day here. Only 3 points separate the Rovers and Altitude from the standings. So both teams will want to come away with some big points here. And the game has started. Rovers starting with the ball. Gray laying it through. Sarah Lowen for Altitude. Tarves. Over the top by Tarves. Camelia Zhu made some fantastic saves early in the first half to keep the scoreline where it is. We heard from her at halftime. Proud of her team and what they've done so far. Amanda Scott with the throw. Hughes Goyette went down. Referee's calling that one. Free kick for Altitude. Avery Tulloch will take this one. Tulloch, 5-time 2022 League 1 BC Team of the Week player. Cross coming into the box. Cleared away by Rovers. Tulloch picks it up again. A quick shot, a little bit of a bump in, and we have an Altitude player slow to her feet after that tackle. Referee's going to go check in. Referee calls on for assistance. Looks like it could have been a leg-on-leg injury when they were trying to clear the ball away from the box. Beautiful day here in Burnaby, BC. The classic Swangard Stadium. Always nice to be here. Filled with fans. Both supporters group. We have Altitude and the TSS Rovers. TSS Rovers supporter group. They got all their flags, all their tents, their music, their drums, even a palm tree. Lots of fun here at the stadium. We have the men's match coming up later after this one, 4 p.m. kickoff. So stay tuned after this match for that one. Tulloch seems to be back to her feet, jogging to the side. She'll have to come off and be waved back in, but seems to be good to continue in play. Bailey Shostak with the throw. Tarves running back for that one. Picked up by Rovers. Pacani plays it through. Friesen unable to get to it. We saw her burst of speed in the first half. Friesen is definitely a game changer up there for the Rovers. Hard worker, very speedy, fast, reads the play well. Be great to see what she does here in the second half. Altitude throw, taking it quickly for Hughes Goyette. Has some space into the box. A cross going in for her sister. Aurora Hughes-Goyette picks that one up, brings it to the box, looks for the cross, and blocked by the Rovers, out for an altitude corner kick. Hughes-Goyette sisters from Squamish, BC. Aurora's in her third year at the University of New Brunswick. Ali also attends University of New Brunswick. Both played for Mountain United FC. Tulloch, so far, we've seen her blast them mid-range on these corner kicks. We'll see what she does again this time. Ball into the box, a nice high floater. Head on it. And out for a keeper kick. Good chance there by Altitude. Rovers defense have played very strong in the first half. We'll see it again this second half, playing three in the back with their three center backs, with Nekic, Scott, and Dolzel. Here come the Rovers now. Verk working her way on the outside, taking on two Altitude defenders. Slate Lou comes in there, speedy, out to touch for Rovers throw, takes it quick. Here's Friesen. Ball plays out for an Altitude throw. Tulloch to Hughes-Goyette, flicks it on. Maddie Ma picks that one up. Back to Ma. Coach Chelsea Hannison says Maddie continues to impress the team with her work ethic and willingness to continue learning the game. We've seen here today she's been a very strong member on this pitch. Reads the game well. Ref lets that tackle play on. Camelia Zhu picks this one up. The League One BC featured match on TELUS Optics UV is presented by Hall Group of Companies. Together we support League One BC's three pillars of community, opportunity, and standards. Here's Verk cutting in. And another one. She has some space. Left foot blocked. Cleared away by Altitude. Back in by Nekic. Here's Rogers picking up the ball. Good bit of pace here for the Rovers. A little flick on to the top. Maddie Ma hops on that one. Feeds it through to Friesen. Quick shot! And a light little save. Keeping it out of her net was Sarah Lowen. And we have a Rovers corner kick. Awesome work by the Rovers, moving that ball around nicely, playing together, getting that quick shot away. Tough shot, too. Lowen did well at getting down quickly, tipping it out of trouble. Here's Maya Rogers on the corner kick. Ball's in, far corner, and headed over top. She had that top right corner wide open. I think that's what she was looking for. Just got a little bit more meat on the end of it to have it go over the net. Here's her opportunity here. Maddie Ma laying it through to Friesen. And a good save by Lowen. Bottom left, bottom right corner there. There's Nikki Verk using her speed. She has been electric so far in this matchup, dominating that right-hand side. Into the box, cleared away by Gray. Hughes-Goyette picks it up. Back for McKay, and here comes Altitude with some space. Out wide for Tanis McKay. Jumping into it. Looking for that cross, she dekes. Well defended by Rovers. Altitude able to keep it in. Hoist Goyette. Quick shot and a save by Camelia Zhu, out for a corner kick. Good ball movement, good chances. Hard to get around those three center backs there for Rovers. They've played very well. They're strong in the air. You can tell they're confident with each other and their teammates passing the ball around. So a good opportunity for Altitude to try to take advantage. Corner kick coming in. Far post, just over the top of Rodriguez. Back to Shostak, cross back in, headed on. And out of harm's way, Camelia Zhu's goal kick. Looking at that chance here, we have Scott and McKay. Net kick back to Zhu. Taken nicely by Rogers. Aitchison picks this one up. Back to Rogers. Fed through to Friesen. To Pakani. Pakani with some space, tries to feed it through to Friesen. Can she get there? Good hustle, but unable to. It's a great ball through. Gray picks this one up. Over the top, looking for Hughes Goyette. The Rovers brick wall, able to pick that one up. Back to their keeper. Zhu looking over the top. Gray flicked on to Hughes Goyette. Here comes Rodriguez looking for the cross in. Goyette, a little tap, out for a goal kick for Zhu. Ali Hughes Goyette has been a key player for this Altitude team. She's strong, she's tall, and she's tough. So having her as a platform player up there and someone to pinpoint to look for, I think it's key for the next remaining of this second half is look for her, try to get it to her feet and get a quick chance on net. Scott. Rogers. Back to Scott. Zhu. Net kick over the top. Gray tries to clear that one out. Takes a awkward bounce backwards. And Nikki Verk picks that one up for a throw. Taylor Neckick decides to take it. Strong in there is Rodriguez against Verk. Cleared away by Shostak. Friesen lets it roll. Takes a quick throw. Rodriguez strong in there. And here comes Harley Tarves jumping into the play. Altitude throw. Both teams sitting in 4th and 5th. Only 3 points differentiate them from the standings. A win today for the Rovers will tie them with 10 points in Altitude. Altitude would like to not let that happen and get their own 3 points. Oh, and it jumped through. Ju misplaces it, cleared away by Taylor Neckick. Good chance there for Altitude FC. Ball thrown in quick. Referee calling that tackle on Hughes Goyette. A little bit of a push. Neckick out wide for Verk. Friesen picks that one up, plays to the middle, and she has some space. Here's Ferremo out wide. Cross coming in to Maddie Ma, wide open in the middle, lays it through to Friesen. A little bit of a bounce. Cleared away by Rodriguez. And here come Altitude with some space. Avery Tella. Ball over the top, good ball through. Just a little too close to Zhu, who's able to swoop up that one and play it quickly to her defenders. Here's Sophia Ferremo in the mid. Loses the ball. Didn't like that. Gave a little tug on Hughes Goyette and a free kick for Altitude. Here's the opportunity for Altitude. Ball gets played in. Zhu bounces just as she could get it. Hughes Goyette there, but Taylor Neckick able to clear that one away. Tulloch over top of the ball. Long ball coming in. Easy one for Zhu to grasp. That's the first little bobble we've seen from Zhu so far in the past few featured matches. Able to recover nicely. She had her defender there to save her out of trouble. Taylor Neckick clearing it away from Hughes Goyette. Good chances though for Altitude. Tarves, not too much space to go. Rovers doing well at closing down quickly. Here's Maddie Ma on the ball. Looking for the cross in, cleared away, top of the box. Another light clear and a chance for Ferremo. Strikes it right to the gloves of Sarah Lowen. I'd like to see more of those opportunities for both teams. The top of the box seems to be quite wide open, especially if they're playing on one side. The opposite side leaves a pretty good space for someone to kind of creep in, get the ball, quick strike on net, just like we saw there. So I'd like to see that happen a few more times if they can in the second half. Aitchison looks to take it quick. Altitude. And a good strike there. Yes, I'd like to see more of those. Get those long ones in. It's going to be tough to beat either of these two keepers. They're both very strong. They're confident. They make dynamic, fantastic saves. So if you're going to get one in the back of the net, it's going to be hard to. But you can't without taking those shots. Get those rebounds. Have someone run in. Rodriguez, good cross into the box. Headed on! And unable to cleared away. A little collision in the middle there by one of the Altitude players and Camelia Zhu. Here comes Danica Friesen with some room and space. Quick shot, quite far out. I thought with her speed, she had some more time to take a little bit more space. Taking a shot from that far out on the skilled of a goalkeeper, it's a little bit more tasking, but she has that speed, so to take it in just a little bit closer if you can. I know she had 2 defenders right on her, but good chance, and here she is again. Looking for that cross in. Running on! Trying to get cleared away. That was Isabella Picani trying to get on the other end of that. Good chance there. Ball in by Friesen.
Poor photographer just got wiped out by the player.
Here come Rovers again. Ball out wide. Here comes Burke with some space. Takes a little bit of a bump. Recovers nicely. Into the box. Looking for that left-footed cross. Cleared away by Tarves. Feremo picks it up. Out wide for Rogers. Picani plays it back to Nekic. Ma. Maddie Ma taking her time, trying to work around the defender. Bobbles, clears out for a goal kick. Great bit of pressure there by TSS Rovers. A few moments ago, we had a substitution for Altitude coming out, number 17. Claire Slate-Liu, and number 10, Luli McFarland coming in. Good change. It's exciting to watch Lulu McFarland, number 10. She'll be on the left-hand side, striker. Luli, she's young. She has speed and technique, and she's smart both on and off the ball. Good knowledge of the game, so to be a great sub for them. See what she can do here in the second half of this match. She just came back from Europe and has committed with the University of Memphis for their 2023-2024 season. So we'll see what McFarland can do for her team here today. Good ball over the top for Friesen to run onto. She's got some space. Keeps it in. Good tackle through. Beats one, plays it in. Back to Friesen. And referee calls her offside. Friesen using her speed, her wheels again to blast through their defense. Unable to get a quality shot on net, but a great chance, great hustle there by Delana Friesen. Substitution here. Maddie Elcom joining the team on the field for the Rovers. Isabella Bacani coming out. For myself. Ball through, cleared away by Taylor Nekic. Fantastic defending. Substitution just came in for the TSS Rovers. Number 17, Isabella Pacani coming out. And number 13, Maddie Elcombe coming in for the TSS Rovers. Another substitution. Altitude making a few subs. Number 9, Allie Hughes-Goyette coming out, as well as number 14, Ashley Stewart. And in replace for them, we see 24, Jade Mitchell, and number 19, Maya Morel, making their game debut here at Swangard Stadium. Here come Altitude. Cross in, Zhu picks that one up. Out wide for Taylor Neckick. Over the top for Aitchison to run onto. It's a foot race. Can she get there? And she does. Cross coming in. Sarah Lowen snags that one up. Aitchison had 2 other players running in there. Friesen and Elcombe. A little bit farther out from Lowen, and maybe a little touch could get on, but nonetheless, awesome opportunity for the TSS Rovers. Aitchison tries to play it through, blocked, picks her up her own ball. Back to Dozel. Joanna Dozel out wide. Rogers. A little bit misplay, and here comes Altitude, picks it up. Back for Gray. To Tarves. Stepped in with Scott, and here comes Scott for the Rovers. Out wide for Rogers. Unable to get there. Ball sped a little bit. Out to touch for a Altitude throw. We've seen quite a few subs here now on the top line for Altitude. I'd like to see if they can send out left. Send Luli McFarland on a run. See what she can do. She's fast. She's speedy. She works the ball very well. She knows how to put it in the back of the net. So I'd like to see the ball come through and play. Here's Verk. Tries to play through. Billy Shawstack is there. Friesen giving her no time and space. But Gray was there to back up Shawstack. And we're able to manage to get a throw in. Quick throw by Shawstack. Here comes Jade Mitchell. Lays that wide for Morel. And they're calling an offside. Morel didn't seem too pleased with that one, but good to see them get in the game nice and early. Both 2 just came on for substitutions. Shawstack plays it through. Mitchell. Good hustle there by both teams. Maddie Elcombe putting on the pressure. Won themselves a throw in. Taking quickly, here's Maddie Ma. Back to Verk. To Ma. Has some room and space. Looks for the cross. She had quite a bit of space there to take it to the line. Altitude throw. Gray clears over the top. Ooh, hard tackle there. Looks like Maya Morel is okay, back to her feet, back in the match. Rogers picks up the ball. Nice ball through. Tarves and Friesen. Friesen knocks over Tarves to be able to pick this one up. Looks for the cross, top of the box. Here's Maddie Ma. To Verk. Unable to get a final shot away. Altitude clears it away. Scott jumps onto it. Here's Faremo. Faremo taking her space. Out wide, here's Verk. Cross into the middle. Back post cleared away by Altitude. Rovers with a little bit of pressure here in the second half. Ma picks it up, plays it through. Nice, good bounce off Friesen. Good little squish through, tries to go for the cross, blocked out away for a Rovers corner kick. Great bit of jump. The thing is with the Rovers is they always keep hustling. They're winning those 50-50 balls. If they don't stop until they get it back. It's very been impressive with how they've done. We also saw it when they played the Whitecaps, something where they came from a losing deficit, came back and won the match. Hard work, hustle, got them to get that win. Cross coming in, and there's a chance! Off the outside of the bar for a goal kick. Good trot there by Rovers. That was number 18, Joanna Dolzel. Dolzel, coach says, is a natural leader. She's came in to fit the role of a defensive midfield, but with Molly Quarry's ankle injury early in the season, a good chance there by Friesen. Shot off the post, cross coming in. Dolzel on just off the right post. Good chance for Dolzel. She's been very strong, has had a fantastic game so far, really commanded the back end, not giving much space for Altitude to come through and make those plays, winning everything in the air. Just like we see right then, stepping in, winning herself a throw-in for her team. Dolzel is currently at the University of Illinois. Maddie Ma in the middle, picks up the ball, back to Dolzel. Takes some space. Faremo tips off her toe. Here comes Tanis McKay for Altitude. Play goes on. Altitude has some space, sends it through. A little out of way for Jade Mitchell. Easy for Camelia Zhu to pick that one up. Sending the players through like that is going to be tough against Camelia Zhu because where she stands in her box, it's very good for her. She comes out nice and quick. Here comes Lily McFarlane. Little miscommunication. Scott able to clear that one out of trouble. But this defense is hard to play against. They win everything in the air, 50-50 balls. They're strong, they're speedy, and then you have Camelia Zhu in the back, able to use her speed to run out. She's not afraid to come out of her box and clear the ball away. So tough for Altitude to get some clear shots away, but they have earlier in this match, and they'll do some more later. Here's Tanis McKay with a throw. Referee calls a goal kick. Still 0-0 here at Swangard Stadium after 80 minutes of play. Anyone's game here so far. It's been a pretty even match, exchanging chances. Rovers have a little bit more possession here in the second half. Still plenty of time for a key player to pop it in the back of the net for their team. Rodriguez plays it up. Rovers able to pick that one up. A little bit of pressure. Billy Shostak takes the throw. Billy's on 2 yellow cards so far this season. And in the league, if you get 4 yellow cards, you'll miss the next match. She's only at 2, but leads the league right now. Flicked on by Ma. Again by Friesen. Rodriguez picks this one up. Good battle in the middle there. And here comes Rogers. Picks it up for TSS Rovers. Long shots. Sails over the top of the crossbar, but a good opportunity trying to catch low and off her line. Ferk, first 2. A little push. Getting a little feisty down there on the pitch. Good battle so far. This game has been very energetic and a little bit of aggressive, but it's been good both ways. Maddie Ma stands on top of this one. Looks to cross it in. Low ball, bops through. Taylor Neckick picks it up, crosses it back in, and offside flag goes up. McKay trying to beat Rogers on the side. They've had a good matchup so far of this match. Both fast, speedy players. Ball over the top. So Stack clears that one out. Not too far out, still in the back of their end. And here's Verk with the throw for the Rovers to Aitchison. Back to Verk. Cross coming in, far post. Bobbles it. Cleared away by McKay. Maddie Ma picks this one up. Hard tackles in with Shostak. Keeps going. Little bit of push and shove. Lily McFarland comes in to clear it out for a Rovers throw. Good chances there for Rovers. Little bobble by Sarah Lowen. McFarland. Feremo steps in. And Rodriguez never gives up. Here she comes. Down the side, Aitchison chasing her. Out wide for Jade Mitchell. Cleared away by Dozel. Good turn by Mitchell. Here's Altitude with a little bit of pressure. We have an Altitude player down, it looks like. Rodriguez down in the middle of the pitch. Maybe due to cramping, stretching out a little bit. She's had a great game so far, very strong in the midfield. She's one you know, if you're going into a tackle, she's not giving up until she gets the ball back. And she's displayed that here. Tremendous leader for her team. Last time we've had a League One BC featured match with Altitude. Captain number 6, Eva Rodriguez, was performance of the match. That was on May 21st against Rivers FC. Here's Luli McFarlane. Shostak. Intercepted by Ver. Ball will sail out for a low-end goal kick. Substitution coming in. We have Captain Eva Rodriguez coming out. 22, Charlotte Ring coming in to replace her. Fantastic match by Eva Rodriguez. Like I said, she's a leader on the pitch for her team, leads her team well. We'll see Molly Ring has over 5 minutes left in this match to try to make her place. Referee signals ball went out. Altitude throw. Little confusion there. Rovers trying to take it quick, but it is an altitude throw. Play will come back. Here comes Rogers. Ball played in through. Rovers with some space. Looking for the cross up top. And Lowen snatching that one as Friesen runs in. Another substitution coming in. Number 11, Amanda Scott coming out for the TSS Rovers. Number 24, Kiara Armenta coming in. Maddie Ma picks it up. Chased by Charlotte Ring. Back to Nekic. To Ma. Nekic and Ma trying to get it some space. Ma does. To Friesen. Quick touch in, and here come the Rovers. Cross into the middle. Cleared away. Ball still in there. Quick shot by Friesen, and a fantastic save by Lowen. Can't tell if that was going wide, but nonetheless, she gobbled that one up. Maddie Alcombe starting that rush. Dozel winning the header. Maddie Ma picking it up in the middle. Hard tackle in. Armenta out wide to Alcombe, and here's Maddie Alcombe down the wing. Runs into a blue wall, and Altitude pick it up. Shostak. Quick play in. Here comes Morel. Good ball down for Mitchell. Altitude has some space. Looking for help, she waits. Defended nicely by Rovers. Dolzo plays it up, and here's Kayara Armenta. Bobbles it through. Altitude. Still offense. Good play here, and here's Altitude into the box of shots! Off the bar! Louie McFarland picks it up. Defended well by Ma. Referee says keep playing. Friesen whips in space, and here comes Rovers on a counter. Rovers with some room. Alcom. Cross coming in, blocked away by Shostak. Picked up by Aitchison, bobbling around. Quick shot. Goes out for a goal kick. Quite a bit of action we just saw both ways. We'll take a look at the shot off the post here. Good shot by Hughes Goyette off the bar. Louie McFarland unable to get a hold of that one off the bar, but great chance there. Around 3 minutes of added time, referees indicated. That's left. Referee says play on. Fans are very energetic today. We have a great crowd out here. Both supporters groups, fans full of both teams. Supporters. It's a great vibe here at Swangard Stadium. And that's the final whistle. Final score, 0-0 here at Swangard Stadium between the TSS Rovers and Altitude FC. Both teams will go ahead with 1 point. Exchange chances. Lots of action in the last few minutes there. Altitude hitting it off the crossbar. Rovers with some pressure, getting some shots away. Overall, a very energetic game. I'm sure both teams will be happy with the way their two teams played. Not coming away with a win, but they'll settle for a tie. And they'll meet up again next weekend. These two teams meet up for a rematch on Sunday, June 18th. Altitude will host TSS Rovers at Kinsman Field with a 1 p.m. kickoff. Your performance of the match, number 18, Joanna Dozel. Fantastic match back there for the TSS Rovers. She had some opportunities as well. Knocked one just off the bar for her team. Fantastic match. And our next featured match here, League One BC's featured match, is on Saturday, June 24th, Natsama FC and Highlanders FC from Thunderbird Stadium. That should be a good one. Natsama FC up in first place. Highlanders looking for those 3 points. And coming up next, the men's teams take the pitch. Gideon Hill has a call. TSS Rovers and the Altitude men's kick off today at 4 p.m. So don't go anywhere. They're warming up now. And shortly we will have an interview with one of our key players. But thank you for tuning in. We'll have Coach Chelsea Hannison coming up shortly for the post-game interview. Talking with Coach Hannison earlier, she says TSS club philosophy is to promote those players onto the next level while prioritizing their development to each of them while they get there. They want to add to their long list of promoted players who have come through the program, and they're adding more skill sets to their environments. And you can see that here on the pitch today. They never gave up. They had great opportunities. Lots of speed. That's what I think I noticed most about TSS Rovers is their speed exactly on their back end as well. Their back D-line, Camelia Zhu coming out of their ends, and they never give up. They go for those 50-50 balls. Altitude as well did very good, led by Eva Rodriguez. Her grit, her heart, determination, it shows throughout the whole team, and they displayed that here on the pitch today. Altitude should be happy with the way that they came as well. Got some good chances. Hughes Goyette was a great platform up at the top. Overall, a very exciting, entertaining game here at League One BC's featured match. And let's send it down to Jake McGrail, who is standing pitch side with head coach of the TSS Rovers, Chelsea Hannison.
Chelsea Hannison, head coach of TSS Rovers. Game ended 0-0. Do you think that scoreline was a fair result given the play for both the teams today?
Yeah, I think both groups had some great opportunities. It was back and forth, and I definitely would be a little biased in saying that our group should have edged one, especially towards the end there. We made it a little bit exciting. Coming off of 5 goals from last week and not getting any this week, it feels a little funny, but they made it exciting nonetheless.
So you take on Altitude once again next weekend. Is the preparation for a match any different when it's a team that you just played?
I would say there's some tendencies that we can plan for. I think a lot of the tendencies that we looked for going into today's game were exactly what we expected, which helps a ton, but now we need to fine tune it, and now we need to continue to capitalize on it. And then at the end of the day, just seeing what worked for our group, because there was a lot of football that was played where when we did have possession of the ball, we were slowing the game down in a good way and remaining composed with a bit of urgency that we just need to do a little bit more often and more consistently.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jake. That's head coach of the TSS Rovers, Chelsea Hannison. Great coach. Heard it here. She's happy with her team displayed. Hope she could have poked one in to get the win, but overall a great game. Stay tuned. Coming up next, the men's take out to the pitch. Gideon Hill has the call. TSS Rovers and the Altitude men's kick off today here at 4 p.m.